Hello viewer, this is Math Brain channel, your channel of choice for the mastery of mathematical concepts. This video series can be used by pupils and teachers too in preparing for any pre-college mathematics qualification. Welcome to Math Brain. In today's video, I'll teach you how to solve simple simultaneous equations using the method of elimination. Let's get started. Here is a pair of simultaneous equations A and B. There are two different variables, x and y, which are also called unknowns. Solving the equations involves finding one value of x and one value of y, which can satisfy both equations. Which variable is in equal quantities in both equations? It is y. The top equation has one of each variable. The bottom equation has two x's and one y. In this case, y is balanced. That is to say, it is in equal quantities in both equations. This is the variable we shall target for elimination. The balanced variable. Pay attention to the sign before each variable. The top y has a plus sign before it, while the bottom one has a minus sign before it. That is very important to note. Because of this fact, adding both equations will eliminate y. Let's do that now. Always ensure that the like terms are lined up vertically. This makes it easier to add them fast and write the sum below. Adding 1x to 2x's gives a total of 3x's. Adding positive y to negative y gives us 0. The y's cancel out or eliminate each other. This is the magical step of this method. Adding the numbers now. 11 plus 1 gives us 12. And just like that, we have eliminated y. We now have a new equation with only one variable, x. It's very easy to solve this one. Do you want to try the next step yourself? You can pause the video and try solving for x. Let's continue now. We solve for x by dividing the left hand side by 3 and doing the same to the right hand side. 3x divided by 3 gives x. 12 divided by 3 gives 4. Therefore x is equal to 4. That was easy, wasn't it? I hope you got it. If you need to slow down and understand any step, rewind and replay the video. It's advisable that you have pen in hand and do each step as we go to be sure it makes sense to you. You can pause or replay the video as much as you need to, but just make sure each step makes sense before continuing. Once you satisfy yourself with the method so far, let's move on. Now that we have found the value of x, we can replace x with 4 in one of the original equations and solve for y. We could choose any of the two equations. I prefer to take the easier of the two equations, and, in this case, I will choose equation A. Let's replace x with 4 in equation A. When we do this, our new equation has only one unknown variable, y. Again, if you wish, you can pause the video at this point and try solving for y yourself. All we require now is to subtract 4 from both the left hand and the right hand sides. 4 minus 4 gives nothing. So we only have y on the left hand side. On the right hand side, 11 minus 4 gives us 7. So y is equal to 7. And that's it. We have found the second variable. The complete solution, therefore, is x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 7. Finally, it is a good practice to place both values into the other equation. In this case, b, and ensure it holds true. We take b because we have already used equation A in the step just completed. Here is equation B. We now replace x with 4 and replace y with 7. Evaluating the left hand side, 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract 7. And the left hand side gives us 1. This is equal to the right hand side. This step is not necessary, but it is highly advisable, just to confirm that both values found above are the correct solutions. If either or both were wrong, the left hand side would not give the same value as the right hand side. Let's solve another pair of simultaneous equations to help us highlight the most important logical step in the method of elimination. Look at these equations carefully. Can you identify which variable is balanced? It is y. Each equation contains 2y. In this case, however, the sign before 2y is positive in both equations. Do you want to pause the video and exercise your thinking? Which variable is easiest to eliminate, and how can we eliminate it? As mentioned earlier, the variable to eliminate is the one that exists in equal amounts in both equations. If you thought it was y, congratulations. You are absolutely correct. We shall eliminate y. Since 2y has a positive sign before it in both cases, we shall subtract the equations. The logic is that 2y minus 2y gives 0y. Or nothing. This is how we eliminate y. Let's go ahead and subtract equation B from equation A. Always ensure the like terms are lining up one above the other. So now, 3x's minus 1x gives us 2x's. We write that here below. Now the magical step, 2y's minus 2y's gives us 0. We write nothing here below. Y has now been eliminated. 11 minus 1 gives us 10. We write this on the right hand side. Look at the resulting equation. 2x's on the left hand side equals 10 on the right hand side. The new equation has only one variable, x. Try to solve this new equation and find x. To solve for x, we divide by 2 on both sides. On the left hand side, 2x divided by 2 gives x. On the right hand side, we divide 10 by 2 to get 5. Hence, x is equal to 5. One variable found. 1 to go. Going on now to find y. Replace x with 5 in equation B. Note that you could as well do it in equation A. But I choose equation B, since it looks easier. So now in the place of x, we shall write 5. In the resulting new equation, y is the only unknown. Subtracting 5 from both sides. We get 2y is equal to minus 4. Do you want to pause and confirm this? Finally, divide both sides by 2. Left hand side gives y, and right hand side gives minus 2. Here is now the complete solution. X is equal to 5, and y is equal to minus 2. Now, do you remember that final precautionary step? Let's now place both values into equation A and evaluate. If you had used equation A to solve for y, you now need to test both values with equation B. Since I had used equation B, now I will test with equation A. Here it is. Replace x with 5 and y with minus 2. Evaluating the left hand side. 3 times 5 is 15. And 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. 15 plus minus 4 is 11. This matches the right hand side as expected. This confirms our solution is perfect. Congratulations for watching the video up to this point. Let's now do a quick recap of the essential steps in both examples above. Step 1. Check the variable which has equal amounts in both equations. In both examples given, it was y which had equal amounts in both equations a and b. When this is the case, we say the variable y is balanced. The balanced variable is always the easiest to eliminate. Step 2. We eliminate the variable by either adding or subtracting the equations. If the balanced variable has opposite signs before it, one positive and the other negative, we add the equations. That's what we did in the first example. If the sign before the balanced variable is the same, both positive or both negative, we subtract the equations. That's what we did in the second example. Eliminating one variable leaves us with a simple equation with only one variable. Solving for this variable is therefore very easy. Step 3. Solve for the remaining variable. Step 4. Once the first variable is found, we place it in one of the original equations and solve to find the other variable. Remember to run the final confirmation test using the other equation. With practice, this process becomes second nature. Remember, practice makes perfect.